Time to say goodbye to one of those players. Hunters versus Chaemiko, Group A, lower bracket, semi-final. Hunter was defeated by Infi 2-0. Chaemiko shares this fate, but he was up against 1-2-0. Now, is it time for our Peruvian friend, the winner of the American qualifier, to get a map, to get a series, and get a second chance against Infi? Or will we see Chaemiko in his desperate attempt to finally win a human mirror?
Yeah, well, this is kind of what we call in Germany the basement duel. Like the favorites on the other side of the table, if you want to call it that. The winner here, it may only be, well, a bit of prestige, because the two players in first and second place at the moment seem to have the upper hand, yeah, greatly so. Seem to be on another level, seem to be untouchable by these two. I hope this is going to be a 2-1. I would hate for one of them to be dropping out here without a map win. So I hope we make this a 3-map series. So far, only 2 zeros. Still, we are not as quickly running through the day because of the first big delay.
I'm really happy we're not from Austria, man. Then the basement duel would be a little different. But yeah, you're right. It would be such a great story for Hunter. The entire scene was a little questioning, like, why do we get an American qualifier? Hunter will stand no chance, but he's pretty dedicated and it would be an amazing story. He bans Last Refuge. Chaemiko does not want to play on Twisted Meadows, having seen Hunter playing there. It's Turtle Rock. In this very matchup, Human versus Night Elf, Turtle Rock can create dream matches with Chimeras and back and forth on the middle of the map. Turtle Rock, according to NetEase, has a 60% win rate for the Night Elves, with, of course, having a hard time for Human to expand here. It's a pretty big map with a lot of creep camps, 22 here, and in total 10 gold mines. So, Hunter played this quite a few times in American competition versus Furf, for example. And I'm pretty sure he has a good plan here. And he knows that the playing field is way more even than it was against Infi. And if there's a chance to win a series or to win a map, then it's here. So he should be a lot more comfortable, I guess, going into this match. He knows now how it is to be on that stage. He knows the setup there. It's the same. No, it's not the same booth that he was in before, but he knows the environment. So maybe the nervousness is gone. Maybe it's his chance now. So we see the game starting. Peru versus South Korea, a very, very, very unusual matchup in Warcraft 3 in the bottom left of Turtle Rock. We have the drummer. Which beat will he play now? He needs a metal drum solo, I think, against Chaemiko, whose matchup versus Night Elf is pretty damn good. His second best next to his Orc matchup, and I think with his rising shape in 2018, he is certainly the favorite, but also for him, it is the first time on this stage. Also, he is unexperienced in LAN tournaments, and also he is pretty young, and let's see how they deal with it.
So I was thinking, is Hunter maybe gonna play a Huntress opening here like he did on Twisted Meadows, which is not the norm, but no, he's gonna go for an Ancient of War creep. Something to be said, he was lucky enough not to draw the close positions. The biggest reason why Night Elves usually tend to veto this map against Human. Yeah, this being the #1 map to be vetoed, but Hunter has a different approach. He wants to get rid of the Last Refuge instead. His hero of choice, of course, is the Demon Hunter. On Turtle Rock, he is still pretty much the only viable choice. Very, very rarely do we see a Warden here, but then it might even be against Undead. So, expansion, you mentioned it earlier. This is the hardest map in our entire map pool to make this work on. There's a lot of hard ones against Night Elf. There's Amazonia, there's Ancient Isles, but this one's even harder. Can Chaemiko make it work? Or can Hunter put crippling damage onto his opponent so early into the game already?
Yeah, Chaemiko constantly has problems when his Night Elf opponents play Warden, so I think he's not that well suited for that one. But for example, his stats versus Colorful are really good, and Colorful is a Demon Hunter only player as well. He's 7-4 against him in the past few years. against Foggy, Lawlight, Moon, he has way worse stats. So I think this Demon Hunter play of Hunter will suit him well. So he's not going to be under that much pressure. He has more time. He won't face that fancy play. He won't be out microed. So we're going to see about that. Hunter has shown weaknesses in macro, for sure. So the question is going to be, how will Chaemiko play this? We have seen back in the day a lot of rifle pushes here on Turtle Rock, tower supported. But recently, especially the Asian players, they love to go for this early expansion. Still not on the back of the turtle, but at the next starting position. So that's certainly an option as well, seeing how late Chaemiko's expansion were against 1-2-0.
Alright, Demon, level 2 now. Not the greatest items he was able to pick up here. For the Archmage, it suits him a little bit better. Certainly, level 2 for him as well. And now he's going to be going towards the gold mine. There was already the Hunter's Hall here spotted, so Huntresses will be coming. But, I don't know, by the time the Expo's being prepped, maybe he's going to have one? That is not too scary. And he's delaying his tier 2 by a long time for this, so Hunter...
With Immolation, it's okay, though.
I mean, maybe, but if there's like 6 footies, 8 peasants...
That's a lot of targets for Immolation.
Yeah, but it's, it's also, I think, should be fairly safe to take, but we'll see.
Is he going for this expansion? It's patch 1.29.
Wait a minute.
We do have a strong Alchemist. He can play this rifle.
Is he tower pushing him?
Whoa. With an Archmage?
But you saw the Hunter's Hall already, dude.
That is so much militia. This is absolutely a do or die thing for Chaemiko. Like, we see these tower rushes at close positions. We see these tower rushes with a Naga, with a Tinker, but with an Archmage against the Demon Hunter, there's not going to be too many Water Elementals. He's not level 3, and he's facing Huntresses.
Oh, this Moonwell kill is actually a big deal, or cancel, I should say, rather. Did the Archmage pick up the dust on his way here? He should have done that. I'm pretty sure he did. That's so many militia, and already the first archer is dead. Oh, this is not a good start here. First losing the Moonwell, now the archer, and here come the towers.
Wow, and Hunter is teching, using a lot of resources for that. He's once again under pressure, and Protector's coming up, but will they finish? I don't know. Very aggressive tower positioning. He's trying to go for the Archmage, knocks him down to 50%, but now Demon Hunter has to take care of the towers, otherwise there will come up 4 God towers at the same time, and it's just mass towers.
Good positioning here, though. Can't be attacked by too many of these footies, I guess, but very good peasant positioning as well for the repair. Will be able to keep those alive. APs in the back. One will be very hurt if it even finishes. Oh, the Demon, very low HP. So is the Archmage, but he has the boots, so he will survive. Towers halfway done. The APs, though, in the back. Is he gonna get them up? If he does, maybe he can hold this.
Not the one. He has to cancel it. I don't know if he got the resources back, actually, or the second one. Can he save this? It's so big. The little splash damage against the tower is working so well, but I think it should be fine. He's calling mass repair. Can he? If he gets a Panda on tier 2, that's a big help. He needs mass repair on this Ancient Protector now as well. He's attacking the towers first, but that's free damage for the Footman. Archmage super low. Hunters are not attacking him, though. He has to take care of the towers first. Oh, man. This is so close for Hunter. Switching the targets to the unfinished towers, but it's 3 up now, and the AP is dead.
Kills 1 tower, but this was the only one that the Night Elf had. The human still has 3 remaining, and they can all attack the main tree. And it's going to turn daytime kind of soon. There's no moon juice at all. Is there some second hero who can save him here?
Panda is the only chance, I think. Tinker, maybe?
Lumbermill in front, blocks the way.
GG. That was hard. What an unusual strategy by Chaemiko. Nobody expected this to come. Especially not this guy.
And he seemed to be in a decent shape to fend that thing off. He already had 2 Huntresses. He had delayed his tier 2 tech for a little bit more early game presence. But maybe his Demon Hunter, he was so far out of position.
Yeah.
He responded back home so late, the archer died way too quickly.
Yeah. But I have never seen this, like 6 towers instantly. Where do you start to attack? Like, it completely overwhelmed. Your entire base is filled with towers.
And he had so many footies as well, right? He must have had like 5, 6, maybe even 7 footies to start there with. And of course, a lot of militia. There was a very crisp timing by Chaemiko.
Yes, that was certainly prepared for something here.
if he makes it through to the next round and a Night Elf will be his opponent, he will be ready for that.
He will be ready for that for
strategy
sure. That's not working
a second
too
time.
often.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so
true
too.
that. Man, what a surprise to see this pocket strategy out of Chaemiko. And yeah, I'm really curious. Now, next is a Hunter's map choice. Maybe he has some pocket strats as well.
Yeah, Chaemiko, I actually casted quite a few games of his in Rust Brain Cup qualifiers recently, and there he showed he's a very, very avid tower push player against Orc,
Against
though,
Orc,
usually.
yes.
But now even against Human.
6 minutes and 10 seconds. Only 3k gold mined. Quite unbelievable to see it here. The journey for Hunter could end with the next map. We will see very soon which one it is. Twisted again?
Could be. I mean, obviously he's fairly confident in that map, choosing it against Infi earlier. Didn't quite work out in the end.
What's going on in this head right now? Like, okay, what map do I choose? What does he have prepared next for me? We'll see it here. Ancient Isles. He picks Ancient Isles after being defeated by a tower push.
Oh, Twisted was banned.
Ah, yeah, of course.
By Chaemiko. Okay. So, yeah, that's the other really bad human map in there. That's the thing. Only one ban can be very hard for the humans in this matchup. This is a very, very bad human map.
It's obvious that he picks it because usually humans want to expand on Ancient Isles. You can shut it down easily. But he knows that Chaemiko has this plan B now. We could just see the same game over again.
But I mean, in theory, you can tower push anywhere. You need level 2 for a tower push, but I mean, you can get level 2 anywhere as human.
Yeah.
Especially
on AI, like so easy.
Yeah, AI. It's certainly one of the most easier yeah. The easiest. Now, Terranostan is easier level 2.
Amazonia is easy as well.
Yeah, AZ is also a little bit easier. But it's also going to be very good experience for the Demon Hunter early on here. This Ancient of War creep to start with is very good. You get 188 experience, only need the one more kill for your level 2. And yeah, should there be an expansion, there's great opportunities to harass it, to deal critical damage. Immolation has worked wonders here in the past. Haven't seen Hunter utilize that spell too well yet. He tried earlier
Twisted,
against Infi.
But
looked okay.
Shaky, I guess. But at least he tries to do something. So this is really interesting now. Like, pretty all of a sudden, it's pretty unpredictable what Chaemiko's doing.
Yeah,
I like that.
With that curveball strategy, it's gonna keep Hunter on his toes. He will need to keep his scouting up.
Really cool way to start a series on a map that is known for long and exhausting macro games, and just finish it in 6 minutes. Like, this must be such a great feeling for Chaemiko now.
And I could definitely see him doing that tower push again.
Yeah.
On tier 1. And it can be pretty hard to respond to. There's this super crazy tower strat where you delay your hero, run over with 3 peasants right away.
Yeah. Romantic played that a lot.
Yeah, and Infi also used to play it, and
especially
online.
on AI, it's so effective because the base distance is so short. And then, of course, your peasants arrive earlier, the towers arrive earlier, you have less time for archers or hunters.
Yeah. And if you don't know how to respond to that perfectly, it can be really, really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And the response, funnily enough, is not actually defending, but attacking, because there's nothing at home at all for the human.
Yeah.
So you go for a summon hero, Dark Ranger, Beastmaster, something like that, and kill all the peasants, and then you go home.
Yeah.
But
I remember a game with a Fire Lord that ends up in Volcano that went exactly that way. I think Remind was involved back in the day. Music is back, studio's back, lighting is back, players are back. Is this the last call of Hunter? He needs some sharp arrows to defeat the rising human Chaemiko. With a good performance here, he might overcome Reprisal as the best performing human Korean. Starting in the bottom right, here he is, the winner of the map prior. Hunter starts normal, I think, with an Engine of War next to the base, next to the Ogre spot. No Huntress build here, which we've also seen a bit in, it's quite some time ago though, with mass pressure towards an upcoming expansion, with Immolation and Huntress, and sometimes even APs, but that is so unlikely.
Yeah. On the highest level of play, like Foggy and Moon and stuff, Huntresses have really rotated out. We see more and more Mercs instead. The Berserker, the Shadow Priest, so good against Archmage and Water Elementals, deal damage from range Demon in front being the tank, and another damage dealer at the same time. And with that, you can also apply a lot of pressure with those Mercs, but you don't have to invest so heavily into the early game, into Huntresses, which fall off so heavily later, which also will delay your tech. Not what you want to have, because Dryads, of course, on tier 2, extremely powerful against humans. So I hope that Hunter will move away from the Huntresses here. I guess he feels comfortable with them. I guess he likes playing them, but I feel like in nowadays meta, they aren't really what you want to go for all the time.
Yeah, people are prepared for that. I think so too.
I think if you go Huntresses, you go heavy Huntress. You stay tier 1, you go double Angel of War, you go Glaives, you go Mercs, you go APs. Like that 2-3 hunts into tier 2, I'm really not a fan of that.
We saw the Wisp being positioned there. Ancient Isles, kind of the last map where you can do that, since all the other maps have changed. So Night Elves can't really hide their Wisps anymore. Creeping starts. Should not deny this. Nope, Ring of Protection. Depending on what Chaemiko is playing, can be a decent item. Oh, instant expansion?
Oh, wow. I don't think I've seen this here before.
Especially not with only 5 peasants.
And the demon is coming over very quickly.
It takes some time, though.
If he has Immolation, this could be a lot of damage. They're already poisoned up.
Like, this is so greedy by Chaemiko. Usually, like, the Yumiko approach would have been to call 9 or 8. But
Hunter didn't scout with a Wisp, so he took the wrong route, so he arrived too late, and he doesn't have Immolation either. This could have... If there was a Wisp there to scout, double detonate on the Water Elementals. This would have been level 2 for the demon as well. This could have been better executed.
But Chaemiko doesn't have the resources for an expansion at the moment, so he's power building the farm, does a little Sim City, walls that off, has a place to bring his lumber back, of course. Ring of Regeneration, I think, for the Archmage is a pretty good item, because he will be under attack from the Demon Hunter, and he will lose HP. Oh, Hunter losing an Archer to the creeps, maybe? No, saves it back. But now it's hurt, he has to use Moon Juice, which you certainly don't want. Is it 1 Arch attack? Yeah, right?
Yes. Going for Mercs now as well, I think. Oh, but good footman positioning. He doesn't want to allow this Merc pull to be
that's the biggest
threat
for Chaemiko right now. Like a Shadow Priest Berserker push against the towers, especially since his expansion is so late. He still doesn't have the gold. So I think now
going for a guard tower first. Is he expecting Huntresses?
He certainly expects more pressure than there is. Would love to see if there's mercenaries now.
Forces are under attack.
And yes, they are. Only the Berserker. Oh, Shadow Priest.
Has to wait a little bit longer. Alright, there we go. Has the resources now. And there it is.
Okay, healing and dispel and damage. All of us there. But this is the surrounding skills of Chaemiko. I was praising him too early. Demon Hunter is there to knock down
he gets it. Second time.
Yeah, there we go. Second chance. And that is such a big loss. Oh, it was such a big commitment. He was supposed to knock down this expansion, but not anymore. And the Demon Hunter is trapped as well. This is disaster for Hunter as he has to TP out. And Chaemiko, seemingly easy, getting this expansion up. All the Moon Juice will be gone.
And this is how he got the lead against Infi. Kill the Expo while it's being constructed. But if you commit so hard for this, and you don't get it,
and even early defense, man. Chaemiko is so well prepared for what's to come. Yeah, 4 archers now. Yeah, that was such a big push planned for Hunter. And Chaemiko destroys it with 1 surround.
And he lost the Shadow Priest as well,
Nah,
right?
it's still alive, I think, but super hurt.
Oh, it's looking rough. It's looking rough for our Peruvian friend. This is supposed to be the super hard human map, but this was just too easy. You can't allow this creep camp to be coming up and not detonate against it. That is... You just can't allow this. Alright, here come the lores though. The Dryads are going to be very strong. Second hero right now, Naga/Panda, could also be very powerful.
Do you think the Dryads are still strong with defend?
I mean, they're worse against footies, but you have water elemental free experience.
Yeah, that's true. Chaemiko's still not level 3, but he has, again, such a magnificent timing. Splits his army, kills the first lore, might be able to kill the second lore as well. Yeah, now that the other 2 footmen are moving over. That's certainly a second kill, delaying the Dryads, delaying the Dispel, delaying the damage. Oh my god, he is getting shredded into pieces here, trying to build them proxy, but he finds them again.
And that's why you want to get the second hero right away. You can pressure this footman army, you can perhaps pin him down in the middle of the map, don't give up your lores. Here is the Naga finally, but she seems to be late to the party.
Gets a kill though, or almost loses the Shadow Priest. That was the last bit of Moon Juice. Can the Archmage kill this lore? I mean, he is buying so much time already, but Hunter scares him away, but there's an attack already as well. 1/3 done. Chaemiko is doing everything correct. Very, very precise as well.
Yeah, from the early lead here, the early expansion that got away unpunished. Seems like everything's going in his favor. With great moves, of course, from him. Most flashy one was that surround, but he's making the right calls all over the place. He has lost a couple of footies here, that's what happens against the Naga. But he seems to have a steady defense. Still, he has a tower, Dryads are still far away. He won't get this lore, but he's gonna force a response by the Night Elf again.
Yeah, and the Engine of War was not in position for this one because he's in the base, I think, to defend. Not sure where the Engine of War is, to be honest. Making his way over to the expansion to maybe counter expand or something.
Could this still be in time for counter expansion? Well, he thinks yes. Archmage by himself doesn't have the damage. When he brings over Footman, does he have the damage? That's the question. Going for a scroll of healing here to be able to buff up his footies when he goes for that attack. So how many does he have? 5.
Not too many.
Is that good enough?
Oh, but he's on tier
If he calls Militia, he can definitely cancel it, I think. Would be a big commitment though.
What's the second hero by Chaemiko? Naga as well? Mountain King?
I'd say Naga. Go Naga, go... Well, Zeppelin you can't really do, haven't crept that yet. But go for some more harassment, go for some more pressure. Archmage is really low level. That's the thing, when you go for this fast expansion, you're gonna be stuck on level 2 forever against Night Elf.
Chaemiko at the moment... Oh. Not going for the second hero.
Alright, he's gonna creep up his level 3 here.
Okay, so giving solo experience with a bonus experience on tier 2 to the Archmage to get that level 3 and maybe then go for it. Ah, he's supply stuck. That's why. And now the farm is finished. Level 3 on the Demon Hunter. Additional mana on the Naga. And the expansion should be easy to do now. At least easy to set up. Easy to hold? I don't know. And Hunter is once again running around without a town portal and he's getting caught.
This Naga in trouble though. Has an invul, may have to pop it very soon. Here comes the mana burn. She's dropping so low. Invulnerability will be used. And the demon, oh, can he get away? Nice block from a footy. A defense footman is blocking this demon hunter. The micro comes in again from Chaemiko. He kills the demon. You called it. No TP for him. There is a TP on the human side. With that, the Naga survives. But this demon loss. Is this the game already?
Gets an archer on the way out as well. He's kind of stuck, has to kill the farm, the lumber mill. That does take some time. So, Hunter, how can you come back from this? He's falling and falling and falling deeper. Expo still not up for the Night Elf. He's trying to be to be a little aggressive without the Demon Hunter. Catching some reinforcements, stealing something. He is trying.
He wants to keep the attention on the human side of the map, get time for his own expo, get time for tier 3 for Master Bears, and then win with attack advantage. Is Chaemiko going to give him that time? He's going up to the laboratory. With that, he's going to get access to Zeppelins, to Sappers. He can try to do a lot of harassment here towards the economy, towards the structures of the Night Elf.
Finally, he starts entangling the mine, so at least economically, he can catch up to Chaemiko now, who is of course level 3 as we've seen before. There is not too much defense at the expansion, right? I mean, the lumber mill is gone, so it's easier to access, but there's almost no damage in this army against buildings.
He's gonna get the shop, so that means no breakers for a while.
Also no clarities, no regen, no potions. And we saw the damage against the Naga, so if there's no potion, maybe she's a potential target. Okay, it is well defended. Nice SimCity by Chaemiko. With the farms in front. Especially against bears, man. He's completely walling it off.
Yeah, I agree. Really nice building placement. Fog Lightning here. The casters had been pooled in the main. The Demon should be back now. I think he's looking for more pickoffs. Demon's still not here, and he's still committing to this fight. Well, this human army is very small after all. A couple of archers are gonna die, but that's okay.
I think it's pretty smart by Chaemiko to pull them in the main because Hunter was absolutely expecting them to move up north, and that's why he was there. That he wanted to intercept the casters and the riflemen and whatever it's coming else. And there was the right call for Hunter to do that, but Chaemiko one step ahead.
Dude, wait a minute. I know. I thought for a second Hunter was at 70 supply. I was like, what? How is that possible? But no. That's Chaemiko. Okay.
You should wear your glasses, maybe.
I got my contacts, and maybe I got them. I swapped them up this morning. Maybe that's why I can see so straight.
Yeah, it's 77 supply for Chaemiko already. We don't have a single bear, no reju, no roar. All the dryads are hurt. This is desperation from Hunter. But he's known to be a fighter. Never giving up too easy, especially not if it could be your last match here at GCS. But Chaemiko is pushing for the lower bracket final.
Alright, classic 70 supply push from the human. We don't see it too much anymore nowadays, but here we see it again. One of the most classic strategies in the game, and normally when the Night Elf isn't prepared, hasn't had enough time to mine, and most importantly doesn't have enough bears, then this push will be successful and will break his neck. Tree of Life already low. The Wisps here, a couple of them have already been killed, and now militia duration is over. Now we can even set up some towers.
Yeah, I mean, the Naga is also not the best hero for this, I guess, for these Hail Mary attempts. Like, you would love to have the Panda for, like, against the unit. You would love to have, I don't know, something for hero focus. I mean, the Naga is not that bad, but also not that great. So far, he stands strong. And so the Engine of War will, of course, help. But yeah, again, the towers are coming.
No Orb of Venom, by the way, on this Demon Hunter mix, especially taking out those breakers. Really hard to do. Now we do have a couple of bears, or should I say only one. Nice micro once again on the breaker. He committed hard for that kill, didn't get it in the end. Reju stolen immediately. This Demon Hunter will not be allowed to heal up. Level 3 for the Naga, yes, but I don't think she has much mana at all. And this human force, it's just too sturdy. He can't fight through all of this human stuff.
Engine of War bought some time, but that's about it. Chaemiko is moving forward, pushing forward towards this expansion. Is there one last fight in Hunter? He has two bears now, but they're all so hurt, and they're slowed, and they're attacked. Wisps are desperately trying to kill this, to help this Tree of Life, but I guess the life is no more, and the bears will follow. Oh man, there's no damage in this army anymore. Even Footmen are still alive. Chaemiko micros this really well with defend. Once again. And this Demon Hunter is in the middle of everything. If he falls, all is lost.
Yeah, everything's slowed all the time. There's like barely any damage uptime for these melee frontliners, the Demon and the Bears. They're supposed to put in the DPS, but they just can't manage to do it. Now even towers coming up. This Naga hit level 3 as well. More Bears are coming from the main. Alright, he has 4 now, but they're not full HP. 2 of them are super bruised. Reju immediately stolen again. Chaemiko, you cannot fault him for his micro. He seems to be on the way towards victory. It is the 2-0 for the Korean. Hunter, he made it here. Great success for him to make it to Shanghai, but he won't get out of the groups.
No, 0-4 for Hunter. I think he will be a little disappointed, but he fought very, very hard. He was super unfortunate in this match against Infi, and I guess for him it was a lifetime experience. At least, like, after all this shit that he went through at WCA, where he couldn't play the games because some Auga issues and a missed flight, where he got robbed and, like, guns were pointed at him. This time, he has all the time to practice, he has all the time to interact with the players, he has all the time to enjoy this great feeling of being at an offline event, and he is one of the 16 players sitting in this awesome booth. I hope this will motivate him to come back if America gets a slot again, to practice harder. I mean, he's very dedicated and so, like, passionate about this game. He loves this, he loves the community, and we hope he comes back stronger than this time.
Yeah, if America gets a chance again, maybe he thinks, alright, I have to put in even more work, even more hours. It's not good enough against the Chinese, against the Koreans. Maybe he's going to use this as a stepping stone, even though this certainly was no success for him. I hope we see him coming back, and next time maybe a little bit stronger.
For Chaemiko, I think this was exactly what he expected to see. Very good performance here on this, and this is like when he knows that he's better than a certain player. I think he's the strongest. Like maybe he has to, I don't know,
lie to himself a little bit.
fix his mindset a little. I don't know, but yeah, maybe he needs more confidence, you know, in his play. He will be up against Infi in our final match of the day, and this is not looking good for him at all, man. His human mirror is so bad. But GCS group stages are known for upsets, are known for miracles, and are known for players' breakout performances. So I wouldn't call him out. I mean, he knows that it's his weakest matchup. He knows that he has Infi in his group, and the chances are pretty good that he will face him in the lower final. Does he have something prepared? Did he practice it a lot? We'll see. The highlights once again. The highlights for AI, for TR already over. But yeah, AI lasted a little longer, but Chaemiko was just... in every single moment of this match, he was a bit faster, he was a bit smarter, he was a bit better.
Yeah, and if you take a look at the players like Foggy, the way they anticipate the humans' moves and punish them at every opportunity is so amazing. Like on LR, on AZ, whatever the map may be, Foggy has a perfect opening. And here the human just got away with way too much. The attempt at the Expo kill didn't work. Nothing really seemed to be working out for Hunter in that game, it felt like.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, there's no doubt that Chaemiko is and was the way better player here.
Now we're gonna see the defend footy block once again.
Hopefully, man, that was gorgeous.
By the way, something that I saw when watching him practice. Oh, we're gonna see it here in a moment.
That save was already pretty good, man. Look at the damage after Mana Burn and Fork Lightning. Using the invul there, swapping everything over, and then the block comes in. Like, this is exactly what makes Chaemiko so strong.
Yeah, what I noticed watching him play in the players area, first of all, he plays 4x3, so the screen's already small to begin with, and he plays it windowed, and it's like 60% of the screen or something. It's a tiny window, and he can micro so well in it.
Maybe a little bit more precise than the big screen. He's doing it well. And then, of course, there was no chance for Hunter at this point anymore.
Yeah, it was like 55 versus 75. That's not gonna happen.
Final moments of Hunter's GCS career. We've seen it here. One more match today in Group A. One more player to go into the playoffs. One more player to go home. 10-minute countdown here. Infi versus Chaemiko. China versus Korea once again. This time, a human mirror. Stay tuned. Oh, wait. We have something. Oh, we got a new donation here. Yeah, we don't want to leave without that. Thank you, Dennis WC3. 10 euros. Grab some cheap vodka from Penny when you're back at home. Thanks, mate. So, now, break. See you in a bit.